And welcome. We are the VacTube, and I am Daryl the Derelict. And this is from the news desk, number 2. So, before we start doing anything, I am, pardon me for one moment while I do something on my phone. I know nobody's here, but if you're watching this on the replay, hang on. I've got to tweet something real quick. Oh, well, let's spell. Yeah, love spelling. Hello. Paste. Thank you. And do. Excuse me. I don't want to do that. I just love it when okay, there we go. That's what I want to do. So I was in the wrong account the whole time. It's like, eh. So we shall do this. All right. Paste. And tweets are made. Now let's go do the same thing to Facebook. We need to post an echo-based network. Oh, no. Oh, this is so funny. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to paste. Thank you very much. Well, technology is fun when you don't know what you're doing. All right. And there we go. Okay. How y'all doing today? I am Peachy King. But first, I'm going to do this. Go back here. Going to... No, don't want to do that. What just blinged me? That was weird. Okay. Let's about this. Let me pull this up in a different thingy-mahooty. There we go. And now we will copy the link and be done. And close that off. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have closed that off. Oh, no, I don't need to do that. I need to do this. It's just been a hell of a day. Just been doing a lot of running around and stuff. And trying to get crap together. I meant to go on at 2 o'clock, and, here it is, almost 3. And I'm sorry for the noise in the background. It's just, I had to switch back to this USB mic because my mixer decides to start taking a crap and just have a background, it's a grounding issue is what it is, and it's just a bad hum. So I have got to I got to get another one. Okay, that one's placed on there. And now we will paste and enter. I'm sharing this stuff on Discord, by the way. just to get the word out. All right, got that. ABJ. Oh, dude, that is sick. Matt Cave sent me a picture of his studio that he's getting done yesterday, and holy crap, that's looking good. That is looking good, man. Looking good. Don't you love surfing the web when you can't see what the person's doing? Yeah, I know. I got it. Okay. Mark all those red. Already marked all those. Oh, wait. Oh, I missed a general thing. There we go. And of course, the wife starts to text me. Oh my God, really? Really? This is ridiculous. Hold on. Hey, what's up, duder? And we're going to paste that. And then do that. And go back up to here. All right. It's good, isn't it? Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, oh. Yeah, this has started out great. Started 45 minutes late, and trying to get the word out on Discord. People messaging me there, and now my wife's messaging me. She wants me to go get her something from town. It's like, we just got back home, so yeah. Hang on just a minute. Let me finish this. If I could spell. Stupid fat fingers. So there we go. Yar. What's going on, fellers? What is going on? I should be. Thanks. Thank you, Brendan. Yeah, I moved from that corner to this corner. Now I'm now sitting where my drum kit was. And I got a bookshelf for my books, and behind all that stuff is rows of books. Gotta love being married. It's fun. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, thank you. Hell yeah, dude. I'd love to. What's up, Average? Hell, here. I don't know if that worked or not. I don't know if that's sharing the stream or if that's inviting y'all to come in. But hey, come on in. Let's bullshit. Oh, jolly old England play. How they doing? I was watching the Italy parts of the Italy game yesterday. I don't really watch football, but they had it on where I was, so I partook. Yeah, sure. Come on, dude. Yeah, Brandon, you want to come on too? Average? Let's get her. I don't mind that. I don't mind sharing because, well, sharing is caring. That and I just had some BS that pretty much every other channel on the internet has gone over the past few days, so I find it more interesting to... hell yeah, Brandon. Come on, bub. Greetings, program.
Greetings, program.
Yeah, I apologize for the background noise. I had to switch back to my USB microphone.
No, it's not any worse than mine. I've got my headphones plugged into the monitor output on this mic, and it picks up every single last little thing in this room. Fortunately, the computer knows how to remove it.
Yeah, and Blue is not wearing headphones.
What up, folks?
What's up, dude?
What's happening?
No, brother, just watching England play.
How they doing?
We're 1-0 up at half time.
Hell yeah.
Olympic qualifiers, or what sport specifically?
It's the quarterfinal.
For football or for cricket or...
Oh, football. I don't watch cricket. That's far too boring to watch, brother. I know I'm English and it's the stereotype that we love cricket, but bollocks to that, son.
Nah, dude,
I don't blame you there.
I'd rather play cricket on a dartboard any day.
Agreed, man. How are you both doing anyway?
Hanging in there. Just been busy trying to clean up the place and fix up a few things and thinking about selling it.
Think about selling.
Oh, sweet, bro.
Yeah, Daryl, we were thinking about trying to go and do RVing across the country, but my ex is causing more headaches with that than I care to admit. So that's 90% out. But we've been wanting to get a larger piece of land and get out of the city and get to a little more remote place. The only drawback of doing that is internet options are complete shite at that point.
Yeah. I understand that, man. I understand the X thing, too. I've been there.
Yeah, it's...
Twice.
It's definitely no fun, but...
No, it's not.
But, yeah, we got to pretty much have to stick in the area. I can't go too far, but with where I'm at out here in Idaho, we've got tons of open space, and there's some land that we found up near a place called Lava Hot Springs that has plenty of land available and possibly can get some decent, reasonable internet. And if that's the case, then that's where we'll eventually end up at.
Hell yeah, dude. We lost Blue.
Oh, you're my boy, Blue. What happened, man? Come on back to us now, you hear? But yeah, that looks much better with all your stuff in the background.
You're good,
it's actually in focus, so.
He had a phone call.
Yeah, phone call? Oh, that's...
Yeah.
Oh, gotta love that.
Brother. I saw Average in here earlier. Yeah.
Let's see here.
But I guess he left because it's just us. Nobody wanted to stay and play. That's okay, though. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it is a busy weekend, as I've been busy doing some work, and I'll probably get my ass handed to me for doing this later, but that's okay.
Hey, I'm with you. I already got in trouble.
Yeah, well, Things we do.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, let me show you what. I just went to Walmart and I found him.
Admiral Akbar. Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Told my wife I'm gonna start up collecting again. Oh, and also found Grogu drinking blue milk. He got a little blue milk mustache.
At least he's not trying to squeeze it from the teat
Yeah.
of a land whale manatee.
Yeah.
I do like
Oh,
the
okay,
book
man.
collection back there. That looks good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. All right, Average. Hey, no problem, bud. Yeah, it took me, I don't know, about 30, 40 minutes to get all that set up. And I didn't even get the books in order. Just the top shelf's all my hardcovers and then paperbacks after that. And I just said, I'll just pick out some favorites and throw them up front.
There you go. You
Because
got
I'll
more
tell
than
you-
I do. Everything I have is either gone or I don't have it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this room I have isn't very good for doing things other than that. That's the only thing I've got.
Hell yeah, man. Sometimes that's all you need. People see that and it's like, I'm not going to mess with that dude.
Yeah. I'm getting close to getting my channel up and going. Gonna talk
Sweet.
anime and all that fun stuff. So, yay! Yeah.
My wife's oldest daughter she's an anime connoisseur, and I'm trying to get her to come your way
Awesome.
because she loves anime. I mean, she knows. God, she's probably forgotten more about anime than I'll ever know.
Yeah, probably the same for me. It's only been recent that I've got back into it slightly, and there's so much of it that I've seen, but it's been so long I got to go through it again and getting familiar with all the terms that the kids and all the lingo it's now used and
Yeah.
all the new
Oh,
stuff and seeing if it's worth the crap. Which almost everything I've seen has always been good. May not always be up my alley, but it's always better than what's being put out mostly through Hollywood. So.
Right.
Or through American animation houses.
Yeah. Yeah.
speaking
which
of-
mostly it's crap. Anyway, go ahead.
Did you see that Netflix has been accused of being stingy stoddards when it goes to paying their foreign animation houses?
No, I did not hear that.
Yeah, they've been accused of basically being massive cheapskates and vastly underpaying the houses that do more of their own anime-esque type shows. So I thought that was rather fitting and unsurprising. An American company not wanting to pay for quality product, but yet they still got, for the most part, quality product.
Okay, I'm just did a search on it.
Yeah. Netflix shafts anime industry artist, Japanese freelance animators say. That was reported by Clownfish TV,
Oh, okay.
which means that they're going to be going to some of the other usual suspects from around the internet. And to be blunt, that doesn't surprise me one bit. It's Netflix,
Yeah.
and with their spending habit the way it's been, and the rate of return is probably not as promising as it should have been. Hey, Eddie.
What's up, duder?
Hey guys.
We're just talking anime.
Yeah, Netflix being cheapskates towards the anime creators that they've hired to make their series. No. But that's about par for the course for them. So, gents, have either of you seen the latest episode of The Bad Batch?
I have.
I was about to, but then my Roku crashed on me, and I got too busy doing other stuff, preparing for singing yesterday.
Oh, dude,
So-
man. I was just sitting there. Just, da-na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So I need the info. The Skinny, how was the show?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
a good
dude,
show.
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Getting better?
Well,
Keeps getting
I had
better?
I had to go get food, but when I came back, by the time it ended, when you did Sandman, I was like, oh hell yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I
Nice.
enjoyed the hell out of it. It was great.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
man, Polly had the perfect outfit on for yesterday. That was awesome.
Yeah, that he did. Then again, he's got access to the wigs.
Yeah.
Considering what his wife does, or not sure if it's his wife, his significant other. I don't know. Don't care. It's
Yeah.
Romy. It's hers, and as he put it, that's one of the wigs that she'll use to do job interviews for getting roles.
Yeah.
So on the Bad Batch, what went down on it?
Well, they had to go to a separatist planet and rescue basically the viceroy. Or the senator, I'm sorry. And they were like, we're not going to rescue a separatist. But Sid was like, hey, you owe me money. You're going to do it, pretty much. But it was very, very action-packed. It was
Probably
really good.
my favorite Omega episode.
Yeah.
Is she actually making progress and actually learning, or is she still kind of Mary Sue-ish type character?
Oh, dude, no, it's because
Oh,
obviously
she is
she's
there.
grown up on Camino with Strats and stuff, so she was playing that board game that they play on the Falcon.
Yeah, the 3D or the hologram chess.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and she kicked ass. I just want to know who won between her and Hunter. That's my main thing about that entire episode. The first thing I said when it's finished was, who won?
Yeah, because by the end of the episode, the Bad Batch comes back with their mission done, and they see Omega there sitting there just kicking everybody's ass playing chess. I mean, just nobody can hold a candle to her. And she won enough to pay off their debt with Sid. And then Hunter kind of gets onto her and says, this ain't exactly keeping a low profile. And she's like, well, she's like, basically she was good and he didn't appreciate her or something like that. Just kind of something smart ass.
No, it was because he said keep a low profile, and this is not keeping a low profile because he was like, if you stay here, don't make noise.
Right, and she ended up becoming the most popular
Yeah,
one around.
they never realized that she was a master tactician.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, so you're good," and basically challenged her to a game of chess, and that's where the episode ended. They just sat down and started playing.
What was that Tron that she was playing?
I guess I'll have to check it out before tonight because I know Mama Bear is going to want to talk about it. So I best be prepared to at least be able to acknowledge and shake my head either yes, or no.
Yeah, there's a couple of questions like I had towards it though. I was just wondering, like, because the guy that Omega was playing, like it did seem that it was of the same race as Thrawn.
Yeah, he did look like a chiss. He just didn't have the right eyes. He
Yeah,
had
Really?
normalized, but he was a blue-skinned alien.
He was a Pantoran.
Pantoran.
I guess I'm
Yeah,
going to
but-
really start digging into the lore because I'm not familiar enough with that.
If you watch the Clone Wars, Pantoran, the senator who befriends Ahsoka, the little female one, and she helps rescue those two sisters, he's that species.
Oh, okay.
And that's where my problem is because I've never seen that.
Well, I'm a bad fan because I'm only on season 3, and I've been on season 3 for like a year.
Brother, we should do a watch
can't find
party
time.
for it.
That actually would be a good idea. Set a certain time to do a watch party and just go through the entire series of the Clone Wars.
I'm doing it with Rebels with my friend at the moment. We're on to season 2. We literally just did season 1 in a night, and I was like, okay, that's enough for me.
I bet.
And so that's a lot of episodes to do all at one time.
Yeah, dude,
Oh, but do you remember Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
love it.
Yeah, that's
Remember
just come
it,
on to
yes.
Disney Plus. That's just come on Disney Plus for England, and I watched the entire first season in a night, and it took me until like 3 a.m. to finish it.
Yeah, it'll take a while, man. God, that's a good show though.
Hell yeah. If they want to talk strong females, which that's what my next stream is going to be, it's like strong older female characters like Lucy Lawson from Xena, Buffy, Leia. There's a load of them. Katara from Avatar.
Sigourney Weaver from Alien.
Exactly.
That
They've
was
been around for a long
1979.
time. I wasn't even born then. I was born in 95.
I was 8.
I would
I'm
say you're a
old.
young guy then.
Yes, sir. But I know my old shows and my old things and strong females because I grew up with my dad showing me like Laurel and Hardy, all these old comedians and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice. Well, then I guess I'll have to put the Bad Batch on and just power through it some time here in the next few hours. But
Yeah,
Yes,
it's,
sir.
it's really
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me on. But England's about to kick off again, so I have to love you and leave you.
All right.
That's
Take care, man.
go England.
May the force be with you all. Whoop, whoop. Thank you.
Later, man.
Oh yeah.
So Lindsay Duncan, right, played TC-14, right, in the Phantom Menace, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Now, I'm just wondering, is there a connection between the Separatist robot and TC-14?
Well, one thing about the Separatist robot that I noticed that was really cool, it was like an old school version of the original Death Star droid
Ah
from
yes.
A New Hope.
Yeah.
And I was like, as soon as I saw it, and I was like, oh, I like that. That is so cool. It was really
Because
cool.
in that there was a connection between the Separatists and the Separatist ship, obviously. So
Yeah,
that's
I
where
don't. Man, I didn't even think of TC-14. But now that you mentioned that, it's like, huh. Let me look something up real quick.
Got a little something for you for 4th of July that I think is kind of funny.
Oh yeah?
Get it.
What's that?
The little map that someone made. Let me get it pulled up here. Get it shared. Maybe.
Oh, hang on. TC-14.
All right. Close enough. There we go. This is why you shouldn't invade America. Although that West Coast is pretty soft up there from the coast of Washington all the way down to San Francisco.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think. Oh wait, no. I think X-wing is from Nevada. I think.
In that case, he's in better shape than the
Yeah.
poor bastards in California
Yeah.
or Oregon. And not quite to the same extent as Washington, even though all their governors are severely Looney Tune, batshit crazy out there. Once you get past, once you get to about this line right here, that's when they start resembling more of us. They're one of us.
And
the people-
Us.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of counties in Oregon and in Northern California that want to break away from Oregon and California and form Greater Idaho. I would welcome them because all them people are armed and don't take kindly to people from the coast telling them how to run everything and tell them how to run their farms and steal their water and shit like that.
Jeez. Well, he forgot to say people who wear shorts in the winter. That's also a Texas thing.
Yeah, that's true. Then again, the whole entire South, you can. If you're
Yeah.
wearing pants or a suit or anything like that, you're going to be sweating yourself to death sooner than you want to.
Yeah. I mean, even though we had a major winter storm this year, shoot, half the time I wanted to wear shorts outside.
Yeah.
I just couldn't because it's not a part of my uniform.
Oh, yeah. I've been spoiled working from home. I don't have to get dressed or anything like that.
Man,
You know
I
what
don't
the
know if I
funny
could work it.
you know what the funny thing about that is, like like if you think that's crazy, you want to see our country. Jesus, it pales in comparison.
Oh. Oh. Well, what else is in the news that's caught your eye, Daryl?
I don't know, except for TC-14, kind of cute.
Lindsay Duncan. Yeah?
I was looking up to see if she played in the Bad Batch, but I don't know if. No, just Phantom Menace. So, yeah, because when Eddie said that, I was like, God dang, was that her? But I guess not.
Yeah, it's two very similar voices.
Yeah. No, I was actually gonna talk about
Yes.
old man Ford.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And,
There's two. I'm severely conflicted when it goes to him and doing this. I understand why he wants to do it, but on the flip side, he's too damn old to be putting his body through the rigors that this role requires.
Right.
He's got to be making just a ridiculous, astronomical sum of money to put his body through this, and yeah, I hope they got damn good insurance because it's gonna cost them a lot with him being out for as long as they're thinking he's gonna be out.
Yeah, I watched the Valiant Renegade video on it and getting through all the insurance and stuff like that. It's like, God dang, man. And that's something the normal people never think of. I mean, hell, I never thought of it until they brought it up just a few days ago.
Yeah,
But,
production insurance is standard in the industry, and it's there precisely for these things to help cover, to help the studio cover their costs. But on the flip side, since this has happened and since it's going to cost that insurance company just a ridiculous sum of money, as he put it, they're going to go over everything with a fine-tooth comb and not approve anything that they don't want to approve. Plus, then puts the production on hold for a length of time.
Yep.
This is something that if KK was really serious of doing, should have done at the beginning of her tenure, not at the end of her tenure. Because at 68 years old, little easier to do it and not quite as hard on the body. And I'll use my own dad as an example. He was still ridiculously, insanely strong and highly active in his 60s. But as soon as he turned 70, he had his stroke and it all went downhill from there.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's in good a shape as he is at 78 is good, but 78-year-old body just can't handle that.
Yeah. Well, it's like I got to stress just to get out of bed, and I'm not even 50 yet. I mean, I will be in a month, but still. No, actually, God, no, not even a month. Jesus Christ, it's July already. And
it is July already.
Yeah, 19 days.
But yeah, all that this does just goes to prove that Doomcock was right, Midnight's Edge is right, Cameron Pasha is right. They're all pretty well in tune, and I actually had an exchange with Tom about it when this popped up. I told him that they were right, or that what they had reported was right, and he said we didn't have any proof, and I'm like, all the signs were there. Yeah. When it goes to things like this, you can have the rumor mill, you can have your sources give you the stuff, but all you have to do is just keep an eye on what's being reported. Even when you start talking about stuff from some of the more trashy trade magazines, you can always sift through and find that little nugget that points you in the right direction or just adds that little extra piece, that little extra proof. And then the photo of him being in a sling, that pretty well topped it off. So yeah, that's gonna be a very costly, expensive movie, and if it indeed does go the way that that the rumor mill is saying that it's gonna go, or that it's leaning towards, there's no way in hell it's gonna make its money back.
Yeah.
And that's sad because I want a good indie movie. We all want
Yeah.
a good indie movie, but
I agree, man.
I just don't believe it's in the cards.
Yeah. I mean, I had high hopes for it because I know he wouldn't make a bad indie movie. He wouldn't do this woke crap that everybody else is doing, even though they got, the queen of the woke working with him.
Well, Harrison Ford has said a lot of stupid shit over the years. But putting that
has.
aside,
But you don't know if he's trolling or not because he is like the master of dry.
Most of those things that he said, he was drunk.
Now, yeah, that I believe.
please forgive the things I said while I was drunk.
Yes, take it up with drunk me, not sober me.
Yeah.
Well, I said I want to take him at face value when he says that he wouldn't do it unless he thought it was going to be good. But facts have to be faced. There are some movies that he's done that haven't been exactly all that great or haven't held up over time.
Yeah.
But
And
he's had a lot more success than failures.
yeah, he has, and I mean, everybody wants. I'm wondering if he's wanting to do this because of the backlash from Crystal Skull. If
Possible.
he's like, okay, then that was okay, but it wasn't really an indie movie. So let's send him off good. Let's send him off right.
Hopefully, I
Yeah,
just hope they actually do send him off properly and not disrespectfully,
Right.
or killing him off and then having some
Her.
Mary Sue take his place just because wham and power.
Yeah.
That's the part that throws me off.
The funny thing
Nice.
is, I actually enjoyed Crystal Skull.
I did too. I mean, there were some cringe moments in it, but for the most part, I mean, I didn't look at it as an Indiana Jones production. I looked at it as a fan film. And if you look at it as a fan film, you can put up with a lot of the cringy stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
I saw it when it came out with my grandfather in the theater. That was one of the last movies that he and I actually went out and saw.
Right.
And at the time, yeah, it was a fun movie. It's definitely not great, but as the great Robert Meyer Burnett says, when it goes to a movie, you only get one really big ask, and if you try to go to that well twice, that's when it all falls apart.
Right.
And I think the Crystal Skull movie dealing with aliens as it was, I think it had the one ask, and it might have pushed it just a little too far.
Well,
But
there was an actual expedition going along the Nile, and they actually found a crystal skull. Like it was on the Discovery Channel, and very interesting actually. The real story of it, but and then of course they brought it into the indie movies.
then I guess it's not that big of an ask after all, except for when they all get put back together and the aliens take off. That's a bit much for me. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's over the time, Crystal Skull has definitely lost some of its luster. But in comparison to all the other crap coming out, yeah, it looks like a crown jewel as opposed to a polished turd.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that thing. I
Yeah,
talked with
that's-
Cardinal about this.
if they're gonna look, if they're gonna criticize like the last indie movie, then what? Like, I mean, then why haven't they criticized like the likes of the latest version of Independence Day,
See, I haven't
Which
seen
one?
that movie.
which was very cringy.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, and I'm glad that I didn't, because
Oh,
yeah,
bad.
it's bad.
Yeah,
Right.
they phoned it in. I watched it and I watched it twice. I really, really tried. I really
Twice.
tried. Oh,
One of
dude,
those
that's
that you
nothing.
wanted to like.
I've
but
watched
you
the
just
sequel
couldn't.
trilogy, each of them 5 times.
Wait a minute,
On
what?
purpose, yes.
You
Because I
subjected yourself to that torture that many times?
yes, because I want to try and find something I liked in them, and I
Ugh.
couldn't. I really, really tried. Oh my god, I tried so hard.
Well, in that
And-
case, I'll admit this here. I own The Force Awakens. I've seen it 3 times. I made the mistake of seeing The Last Jedi twice in theaters. And the only reason why I saw it a second time is because my daughter wanted to see it, and I shouldn't have let her see it because now her whole conception of Star Wars is skewed. And I have not seen the last movie, and I refuse to. My wife decided to have it play in the background on the TV while she was trying to relax one day, and nope, I covered my eyes, plugged my ears, and walked away.
Well, ironically, about the sequel trilogy, the cup I'm drinking out of right now has got Phasma on it. This
Now you
was
see, she's a
before-
badass character. She could have been so freaking cool.
Yeah.
The
And the
same
battle
with Kylo.
between her, yeah, but the battle between her and Finn, they could have drawn that out and made Finn the Jedi and him go back up against her, the most fiercest of stormtroopers. And
Yeah, there's
yeah,
all
that could
sorts
have
of
been
things they could have
epic.
done. Yeah,
But instead,
it-
it's come on, Chrome Dome, and then she dies. You know.
yeah, it was. For all of its faults, number 7 was a decent enough setup to actually make 8 and 9 be spectacular. They could have done it, but as
Yeah.
JJ, the cinematic Antichrist, confirmed, they had a plan, but they didn't use it. And then they didn't have a plan, and they didn't try to make a plan, and they just didn't try.
Yeah.
That's the single biggest drawback to that whole thing, is that they didn't care, they didn't give a damn. They had their property, their IP that they could go and ruin everything with, and unfortunately they did.
Yeah. No, it's
And
like,
there are possible ways to fix it, but
yeah, Veil of the
why
Force. That
why
shit.
even try why even try to fix it when you can just use the Veil of the Force and just flush the whole thing down the shitter?
Well, yeah, exactly. And I mean, I was sitting there thinking about it the other day, because I was reading part of the Jedi Academy trilogy, and I was just sitting there thinking, okay, that would be so cool to have Luke wake up on the altar platform at the Masasi Temple on Yavin 4 in his Jedi Academy and say, what the hell was that? And he just dreamed the entire sequel trilogy or had a Force vision of it. And now he's on a quest to make that not happen.
Yeah, that would be great.
And
That
that
would
would
be
be
awesome.
like, yeah. And they'd be like, okay, so I need to not make my nephew my first apprentice. So he hears the call of Grogu, and there we go. Timeline changed.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Hopefully something like that is what they're doing. I will
Yeah.
say this though: since Disney decanonized the EU, I myself I don't have that strong connection to the EU. I was never a big avid book reader in my youth, even though I should have, but I wasn't. So I had a friend that had them all. He kind of filled me in on a few of these things and how things work.
Right.
But it wasn't for me. Now, since the decanonization of that and the new books that they've done, I have actually listened to quite a few of them. I had Audible, and I've got quite a few of them. But let me find my library here. Maybe. Come on. Log me in, damn it. Show me what I need to see. Oh, hold on just a second. Now, there is one exception. I did read the original Thrawn trilogy. But that's been almost 20 years ago since I did that. And from what I remember about it, it was great. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
really good. Oh, they want me to re-sign up and get 2 complimentary titles. Okay. Complimentary titles coming my way. Oh, there was an error with this purchase. Oh, then skip for now.
Oh no. How cool.
No, I
is
don't. It's got an old card on it, and I need to update that. Update that real quick. And of course, it doesn't have my current card, so I'm gonna type it all in.
That would be cool, Connor. That would be very cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. You know, there are a multitude of ways to salvage what was given, and to truly use the characters that they came up with. As a general broad statement, they're not bad characters,
Yeah.
and they weren't badly acted, or at least I
No.
didn't think they were. They just had shit writing and
Yeah.
shit story.
Exactly. They had no story because I didn't know where they were going.
Exactly.
So everybody running around in circles, Ray, and everybody with their thumb up their butts. It's like, what are we doing?
I'll tell you what they weren't doing.
Yeah, they weren't telling a Star Wars story. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, that is
Speaking-
absolutely for sure.
Speaking of Star Wars story, sitting there watching the Bad Batch, and some things kind of are hitting little. I'm having little deja vu moments, and I think they might be pulling a lot from this series. There
Republic
are-
Commando, huh?
Yeah, there are 4 books in that series, and they even go through Order 66. But there was a group of clones that basically they had to escort a Jedi on this planet and protect her, and while she was doing her mission, basically, long story longer or even shorter, I don't know, they run across a Mandalorian, and he started teaching the clones the Mandalorian way.
Ooh.
And pretty much by the end of it, they're defecting from the Empire, and they're going to go home to live on Mandalore. And it's really, really good.
Nice.
And some of the names are similar or the same from that book.
Well, as long as all the clones don't get their asses handed to them, like on a bombing raid on Camino, which, from what it sounds like, is a probability, that would make sense. Why not? Why not teach them the Mandalorian ways, or get as many of them that you can, get those stupid chips out of them, and
Yeah.
those that actually have a mind left, they can go and basically find purpose for their life again.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
makes
I'm-
perfect sense for the Bad Batch to do something like that.
And that's what got me to thinking about that book series, is because it's like there's so many similarities in it. It's like, okay, they're going against the Empire, and they're like, yeah, we don't want to kill nobody anymore. We just want to make our own way through the universe, like our father before us, so to speak.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, they're
Yeah.
all technically Mandalorians, or
yeah,
part of that subset of humans.
exactly. They
That
in
is your,
reality, in reality, they are the bloodline of Jango Fett, so they
Yeah.
are Mandalorian.
And supposedly Jango Fett was high up in their hierarchy at one point, so
Mm-hmm.
they potentially could hold keys to the kingdom, or form a sect of Mandalorians to go out and to be awesome instead of being tools of the Empire.
Yeah, and it could go into the story of the Bad Batch could come across Bo-Katan, and we figure out how she lost the Darksaber.
Yeah, that's a big question. How did she lose that?
Yeah,
All right, I finally got my books pulled up here. So out of the new canon, I've listened to Tarkin 3 times. I thought that was spectacular. Tarkin is so underrated and so deliciously evil in
Oh,
the way that he handles his business.
yeah.
Now, how much do you know about Tarkin?
I know that he is, for lack of a better term, a ruthless cocksucker.
He was ruthless. But
And-
before he joined up with the Empire, he and his family had, I don't remember the name of the planet, but they were more or less the governors, or the lineage of governors for their planet.
yeah, he
And
came
they
from leadership.
they ruled efficiently, not necessarily cruelly, but very efficient and and no nonsense. There was a story that was told within this book about some pirateers that were coming in and hijacking a lot of their cargo ships. He finally caught up with them and had a very unique execution method for the leader of the pack to make a point to the rest of them and to anybody else within communication range. Don't mess with me.
Yeah.
And it worked out perfectly. Then, of course, getting into the Empire and rising through the ranks and getting to the title of Moff and then having the title of Grand Moff thrown upon him, that gave him immense power and sway over everything.
Right.
And out of everybody that the Emperor held in extreme regard, he was one of them. Thrawn was the other.
Yep.
And I've got the new.
I think it was a portion of. It was either the Chase Moon or the Coruscant Moon. Like that, he was part of. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, golly, as far as the new Thrawn books and stuff, I haven't read them because I've been kind of, even though Timothy Zahn wrote them, I was still kind of leery of them because he kind of seems to be the golden child of Disney authors nowadays, and I was like,
Yeah, he's done a lot.
I hope they just haven't really made him start doing all this woke shit.
Well, from what I remember about Thrawn, it goes through how he was able to get himself put into basically in a position to meet the Emperor without being commissioned as an officer to start with, basically being favored by the Emperor to start with. He goes to the academy, and of course he's the only non-human in the academy, but he starts off immediately with the rank of lieutenant, but nobody knows it.
Oh.
And there comes a point where he has to use it with him and another human who has a gift to be able to see patterns in things similar to how he does. And the two together basically go through, and it talks about his rise up to being lieutenant, then lieutenant commander, then captain, then a commodore, and all the way up to admiral. And the second book deals with a continuation of his story, trying to get the TIE advances to be used as opposed to dumping all the money into the Death Star, which at that point had a different project name. And him and Vader went on an adventure, but it also tells a story about how Thrawn, prior to joining the Empire, when he was still part of the Chiss Ascendancy, had a run-in and a mission with Anakin Skywalker. And Vader keeps repeating to him, Anakin Skywalker is dead. And at the very beginning, Thrawn wasn't entirely sure if it was him. He saw the similarities, but he wasn't absolutely for sure. But at the end of the book, and at the end of the adventure that those two have together, he tells Vader, I know.
Oh,
So
wow.
he figured it out, and he knows.
Oh, wow.
But he
That's
never
cool.
let it on. But with Thrawn, the way that they've refocused him is that everything about him getting into the Empire wasn't because he was exiled. It's because it's part of his mission for the Chiss Ascendancy.
Right.
Because they're seeing this big gigantic threat, which in the EU I guess was the Yugon Vaughn or whatever their name was.
Yeah, Yuzon Vong.
There's a new character group that's very strong, very powerful, that no one knows. I can't remember what the name of them are, but in the third book, that's one I haven't completed yet, but they actually did have an encounter with them, and it's definitely an issue, and it's something that he definitely tries to bring to the Emperor's attention. But obviously it was unsuccessful.
That is cool. I'm really gonna have to read those. I gotta.
Yeah, I thought they were fine. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. You know, they have their, your male commanders and commodores and admirals and moffs, and then of course there are female variants of it. And to me, the female ones are the worst. They are so much more vile compared to the male counterparts for how they, not only for how they got to where they got, but for when they get there, what do they do to their subordinates?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of female, that is my only issue with the Bad Batch at this moment. Is when the Empire first rose, there were 0 females in command or even in the Empire. And if they were in the Empire, they were the Emperor's cohorts or his concubines, I should say.
That's true.
And all the legend stuff, and not just legend stuff, but there was, God, I can't remember what book it was from. Maybe it, well, hell, maybe it was from the EU. I think it was from either Heir to the Empire in that first Thrawn trilogy that Zahn wrote. When Mara Jade was thinking back to when she worked for the Emperor firsthand, or when she was the Emperor's hand.
Yeah.
She was a part of his concubines, but she was in disguise. But there were 0 females in the Empire. And the Bad Batch is drawn, like in the last episode, there was a female commander telling this planet, hey, we're taking over, but we're doing it for your own good. I'm like, there were no women in the Empire back then. After the Emperor died, that's when the women were brought in. Like in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And it was reluctantly, too. I mean, the male commanders and, Moffs and all that stuff, they still didn't want females around because they had the same prejudice that the Emperor had against aliens and females. And it was just a miracle that Thrawn was made up to a Grand Admiral because the Emperor did not like aliens.
Oh, yeah, they're extremely xenophobic to anybody that's not a human or a human subset.
And that's why he was sent back to the Unknown Regions, because nobody needed to know that Thrawn was working for the Empire. Or Palpatine, I should say. And, it's just...
And that's interesting because the books that I've had, they don't necessarily have female frontline officers like stormtroopers or that, but they definitely do have some that are officers. And yeah, they're everyone that I've encountered so far just as bad, if not worse, than their male counterparts in a lot of respects.
Yeah, it's in if you read the Jedi Academy trilogy someday, there is a not a concubine, but a counterpart, I should say, to Grand Moff Tarkin. But she wasn't really a counterpart. She was kind of just like him in female form. And her name was Admiral Dala. And he kept her out. And there was a secret installation out in the Black Hole Cluster near Kessel. That they had a secret military installation out there where the Death Star was developed. And it's a secret weapons installation. And that's where he stashed her. And gave her command of an entire garrison and four Star Destroyers. And that was a really cool aspect to that whole series of books. She was just brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and hell hath no fury like a woman with military power. Oof.
Especially when she's a redhead, too.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, Lord, look out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh, no, she's a redhead, too.
All right. I just found some that just made me laugh my ass off. I was just messing around here on Twitter real quick, and someone that I follow or got retweeted by somebody that I follow, Maz Katan was a what? Maz Katana is more than 1,000 years old, a diminutive being with vast experience at surviving in the underworld. From her castle on Takodana, Maz has seen galactic powers rise and fall and felt the force ebb and flow, seeking an elusive balance between darkness and light. Race, Jawa. I'm serious. That's what this... It's like a Wikipedia posting, and they have her raised as a Jawa.
I thought it was a rumor, but does that actually Like,
Let me show you. I'll show you. It's too good to pass up.
Oh my god, that's funny.
There it is.
That
I
is
genuinely
funny.
thought that was a rumor.
Well, let me show you who it came from here real quick. Got to actually mouse up. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
From this person and retweeted by Vineland. Yeah, this is what they have on her. A Jawa.
Oh.
Yeah, that made my day. That's a good one.
Oh, goodness.
All I
Do you
can
remember
think
seeing
is
this story?
Trans women who sued workers to refuse to work.
Dead serious. I think it was either Canada or it was in one of the northern states. I can't remember.
Wow.
But this individual, who was most definitely a ma'am, went
my
into a spa that specializes in taking care of women and their needs, as far as, getting all trimmed up and purified and all that. Went in there and demanded that he get the same, that he, the ma'am, gets the same service as women. They refused. This person blew a gasket, tried to sue, and fortunately, they lost. But this is only just within the past few years that this happened. Could you imagine if something like that tried to happen 10 years ago?
Oh my god. I don't know, you just asked Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my god, that's so
If we need any more proof that we
Oh.
live in the upside down, or the upside down has become the right side up, that's it.
Oh, that is so good.
And that's from a few years ago, and it's just finally now finished being adjudicated.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, my god,
Lord.
that is great.
Yeah, a little humor to go with things that are going on.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
So Blue, how's it going, man?
It's all good, bro. England are winning 4-0, so I was like, I'm done. I thought I'd come back and chill.
Well, at least now it's more of a foregone conclusion, as opposed to not be.
Yes, sir. Let's hope we can win the final and take the cup home.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. What did you think of Bad Batch, by the way, Daryl? I didn't get your opinion on it.
Oh, Bad Batch. It brought me back in a couple of episodes ago, and this last episode I really enjoyed. I thought it was really good. How they went to had to overcome their prejudice against separatists, and just think, okay, it's just a job.
Yeah,
And
it seemed more like an Echo arc. It definitely seemed more like an Echo arc than
Yeah.
Hunter 1 and stuff.
Yeah,
But, I think
Echo, man. Oh,
he was not happy.
No, I love the thing. I think my favourite fight so far has to be between Fennec and Cad Bane. That was amazing. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that was good. As I say, I didn't know a whole lot about Cad Bane other than a Blue Doros being from the EU, and it looks like they brought him pretty much just straight across. I'm not aware of any major differences between what's been presented about him versus what was written about him in the EU. But I rather like the idea of a basic speaking Duros who is smart enough to know to install a different breathing apparatus in case a Jedi tries to force choke his ass.
Yeah, that was smart. That was smart.
Plus, he's also a fast draw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a conversation with someone and they said there was two, Boba and him. I went, hold on, you're missing Han Solo, the other fast drawer in the galaxy in the OG trilogy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boba Fett's
Solo
not
was very quick.
Yeah, Boba Fett's not really a quick draw because he uses more like an assault rifle blaster than a pistol like his father. His father's more of the gunslinger out of the family.
Yeah. He is. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and even the Omega part where she was just the chess champion and kicking everybody's ass doing that, I really liked that. I thought it was funny.
I did. That all these adults are getting beat by this kid at chess.
Yeah, it was good.
I wouldn't. I'm okay at chess, but you get a kid that's smart enough, they can pretty well figure it out fairly quickly. So that to me isn't, that one's not a big ask. That one I can see.
Yeah, she went all Bobby Fischer on their ass.
It's not unheard.
Is that too hot, bro?
Yeah. So if she is supposed to be, the genetic equivalent of Boba Fett, it almost looks like that with her intellect is her main augmentation if they did do anything to her. Whereas with Boba, supposedly he hasn't been altered, but at the same time he obviously got trained by Jango, so he had all those years as the kid going through that, then all of his experiences growing up, and that's what makes him much more formidable. He may not have the overall intellect, but he has the experiences, and he has the benefit of being trained directly by Jango.
And after Django, Bosk basically became his guardian, so he had literally like one of the single best Trandoshans training him how to hunt.
Yeah, and then Boss turns on him when he's older.
Does he?
Yeah. Him and Boss were like rivals.
Oh damn! I know, because for the longest time he was his mentor. Him and what was her name again?
Crap, I can't remember. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the one that had a thing with Hondo, and everyone's terrified of. Oh, it's gonna kill me not knowing her name.
I don't know, but I know in the EU, the Boba Fett books, oh my God, it's just so good. And Bosk is like totally trying to screw him over all the time. He's trying to outwit him and take his bounties from him, but he always gets outsmarted by Boba Fett. He ends up shooting himself in the foot, and Boba Fett ends up with the prize, and that just pisses Bosk off to no end.
That sounds awesome. Well, I'd like to see that as well. I'd like to see more on the scorekeeper on, like the Trandoshan culture. Because I like in the Old Republic, they do it with one of the consular companions. You have a Trandoshan, and he tells you the greatest shame that a Trandoshan can get is being captured. Mm-hmm. They'd rather die, because once they get captured, their score gets reset, and so they're basically back to being a kid.
Yep, well, that sucks. Busted down to private, buddy. There it is, right there.
All right, here's the last thing I'll tell you real quick that I have found that it makes me laugh.
There's the EU book.
Mandalorian armor. Ooh.
Yeah.
Bounty Hunter Wars.
Yes, it's good.
All right. You got Captain America, the Winter Soldier, versus the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Perfect example of universal political themes being used in a story versus a story being used as activism to push contemporary political agendas. Not all politics in fiction are the same. The Winter Soldier was way the hell better, leaps and bounds better than anything that they've done recently.
Yes. Agreed. Yes. WandaVision really disappointed me. Because I wanted to see Wanda's powers develop more. I wanted to see more use of the powers. It was really funny, but I prefer Falcon Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier was amazing. I think they should definitely give him a bigger role in, if they do another season.
Yeah. I stopped watching after the let go of Gina, so I haven't seen the ending of WandaVision. And I haven't watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I most definitely won't watch Loki. It's all too much for me.
Loki's got 2 episodes left, and Falcon Winter Soldier is really good, and their agendas in it are well thought out. It's not like, here it is down your throat like what they did with the sequel trilogy. You know, here's the chosen one, Rey. It's everything's done right. It felt really good for a show.
Yeah, it was all right. Loki, that's another one I'm treating as like a fan film because this last episode left me for no better term than this. What the absolute fuck?
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I fell asleep in episode 2 and I was like, there's only 6, so I'm going to wait till it's all over and then just binge it all, you know, in one and then do a review of it.
Yeah, when you get to the end of episode 4, you're going to say the exact same thing.
I hope so. I love being like that. I can remember the last time I left a film or a show being like, what the fuck was Infinity War when Thanos actually won. The entire bus ride home, my friend was in stitches because I was sat quiet and I just kept going, fuck! What happened? Why did they do this? Why?
Yeah, it was brutal.
Oh, the things we do. All right, Daryl, I'm going to take off. I better get off the interwebs before the wife actually gets back home and starts ripping my head off. So
Yeah, I got to go as well because mine is, I'm in deep doo-doo.
starting to bark at you. Yeah, I get it.
I'm in Pantabutu.
Well, go dig yourself out of the Pantha Voodoo. Or
All
Voodoo
right,
Pantha,
well, thank you,
or whatever.
gentlemen, for
All right.
coming on. I appreciate it. I had fun.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thank you, Daryl.
Dude. Absolutely.
And hey, you're going to be on tonight with Coach and Nick.
Hopefully.
Well, better go take care of the wife, make sure she's happy, and then walk
Yes,
away.
sir. And I'll let you know, Daryl, when I've put my stream up.
Okay. Sounds good.
Take it easy, guys. Nice to meet you two as well.
Take care.
Take care, buddy.
Peace.
Good to meet you. We'll see y'all later.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and we will catch y'all on the next one.